to today's tutorial. It's for our Japanese inspired knot bag. It's a fairly easy pattern. As you can see, it's quite literally made up of one pattern piece which you're going to use to cut your fabric out with. So you're going to cut two of the fabric and two of the lining, or if you want to be able to make it reversible, it'll just be a contrast or a different fabric. Okay, so to get started, type of fabric you'll be using is a sort of medium thickness woven fabric. So nothing too thick and definitely nothing too thin. The idea of the Japanese style knot bag is it's something you just carry around on your wrist when you're going out. So you've got your two sets of fabric. As you can see, I've chosen a beautiful aquamarine woven fabric and a silver woven fabric as my other option. So one of your options, you're going to be sewing closed just the bottom seam of the bag. So here where you see there's like a little lip, the bottom of the handle, this is where you're going to be sewing from that point. And if you measure that, you'll find that lip is 1.5 centimeters or 5/8 of an inch, which will be the same thickness as your entire seam, which is a standard seam allowance. So then you're going to be attaching it and literally sewing it all the way around to the lip on the other side. Now on your second color, you're going to be doing the same thing from one lip by one handle to the other lip on this by the second handle. The only difference is this time at the bottom of your bag, you're going to be leaving a gap open where you're not going to stitch, and that gap is going to be about 2 inches or 5 centimeters wide. So leave that gap there. So you're going to sew from the lip on the one side round to the beginning of the opening, and then you're going to sew from the other end of the opening up to the other lip. Well, once you have sewn those seams, you're now going to attach the two different color fabrics together. So you're going to take one of the fabrics and turn it right side out. Then once you've done that, you're now going to insert it into the other half of your bag. Make sure that the short handles and the long handles are lined up on the right side. So you're going to be inserting that into the other color. Here we go. Now you're going to be sewing them together along the handles. So you're going to just be sewing down the side section here. So you're going to be doing that for both the front and the back sections. You're going to be sewing down the sides of the handles. You're going to be keeping a standard seam allowance. So starting from the top, joining this two contrasting colors together, sew down with a standard seam allowance. When you get to the point here at the bottom where your stitching lines up with the side seam that you've done previously, Stop stitching, lift your sewing machine foot up but leave the needle in your fabric. Then you're going to rotate your fabric on the needle, and then you're going to stitch towards the other end of the other seam to match up, to join up the two rows of stitching. And you're going to do that on both sides. So you're going to stitch from the top of the handle all the way down, and when you come in line with that top of the seam on the other side, you're going to rotate on the fabric on your needle on your sewing machine, and then sew towards the end until you match up those two lines of stitching. Then you're going to be joining along the inner part of the handles. So take note that you're not stitching along the top here of the handle, so you're not stitching there at all. You're literally just stitching down the sides of the handles. So you're joining the two contrasting fabrics on both the front and the back in this manner. You're going to stitch down, around and up the other side. So down the one length, around the top, this will be the opening section of your bag, and up the other length of the opposite handle. And do that for both the front and the back sides, joining the two contrasting fabrics together. Right, then once you have done that, and you've sewn up the side seams of the handles and around the center front seam of the handles, take a small embroidery scissors, and along this seam here by the opening, just clip in that curve. This will help your bag to sit much more neatly once it is complete. And just clip along, say every 5/8 of an inch or 1.5 centimeters. Clip along that curve. Remember to do it for both sides. Especially where there's this corner here. Make sure you clip right in that corner, and it'll help your bag to sit so much better. Great, once you have done that, then through that opening in the bottom of one of your pieces that you left, so through that opening, pull your bag through so that it is right side out. So just grab the contrast fabric and pull it through. Great, now you can see your bag is starting to look like something. So take one of your handle sections. So we'll start with the short side. Here's the short side. You're going to, just on one of the colors, pin the two fabrics together. So it's the same color, together right side facing. Once you've done that, once you've just pinned them together, through the hole in the bottom again, pull just one side through. So you're going to pull just one side, and then the other one will automatically be pulled in with it. So just pull one side through. And pull it out through the bottom of the bag. So you'll see one handle, half of the handle is being pulled into the other half of the handle, so it sits neatly inside of it. Okay, so take your pin out then. Make sure they are lined up nicely and neatly. Once that's lined up nice and neatly, pin it into place. And then quite simply, you're just going to be stitching right across, joining the two halves together. So when you pull it through, handle is complete. So I'll be doing that for both sides. So on the second side, same thing. Just pin those two matching colors together. Through the hole in the bottom of the bag. Pull just one handle through, the other hand will automatically be pulled through with it. It will be neatly inserted into the first handle for you. And all you got to do is line up the edges, pin it together and stitch right across, joining the two halves of your handles together. And there you've done it. As you can see, you've literally joined the two by sewing them straight together. And all you've done is pulled one handle through and the other has automatically come through with it neatly and lined up, as long as you've pinned the two matching colors together before you turn it wrong side out. So then pull your handles through. Now you can see your bag is starting to look like something. Next, you're going to be closing that opening in the bottom of your bag. So line up your seams, pin it together, making sure it's folded inwards by this correct seam allowance. And then just using a needle and thread, simply close that with a blind hand stitch. Okay, so all that's left is to finish off the seams around the handles. And you're going to be doing that by make sure the fabric is lying neat and plush at the seams. Pin that into place. Then you're going to press it. Once you've done that, you're going to be stitching along the edge. And you're going to be stitching about 5 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the seam. You're going to be stitching it nice and neat and flat. You're going to be doing it for the inside as well as the outside of your handles. Yes, in that corner that you had sewn previously, make sure that you clip in that corner. It'll help it to sit much more neatly once your bag is done. And there you have it, your Japanese inspired knot bag is done. And how you wear it is you traditionally wear it on the wrist by taking the short handle and pulling the long handle through it. And there you go. And of course, because you've used two contrasting colors, it is reversible. So you can have silver by night, aquamarine by day. And there you have it, very quick and easy. Now it is traditionally a wrist bag. If you want to, however, turn it into a shoulder bag, it's a really easy process. You're just going to take your original sewing pattern, which comes free with this tutorial. If you're watching it on patreon.com/BulaHeart. Remember, there underneath the tutorial you can download the free sewing pattern. So if you want to change it to become more of a shoulder bag rather than a wrist bag, on the longest length, so on the longest handle, simply increase it by 25 centimeters or 10 inches, and it will add almost half a yard or half a meter onto the loop of the handle, which will then make it a nice shoulder bag. So you'll literally just be continuing this longer handle, and you'll be going to be adding on 25 centimeters or 10 inches, which then will obviously give you 20 inches or 50 centimeters extra length. But other than that, you follow the process the same as you were making it for a wrist bag. So enjoy and happy sewing. Feel free to share your creations with us on Instagram @BulaHeart. Until next time, happy sewing.